Good morning. Hi. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Good morning. Hey, Lolo Matt 134. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Thanks for being here. Hi. Welcome. Just getting started. You're like amongst the first people here. Only seconds into the stream, not yet minutes. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, good morning. How's it going? This is my first drawing of the morning for this Saturday morning cartoon stream. I chose who this was going to be, but I will take the next request from the chat. Welcome. Hi. How's everybody doing? Nice to have you here. Yesterday I started with a SpongeBob character. Today I am starting with a SpongeBob character. SpongeBob, that universal, unending, everlasting, joyous cartoon character. Cartoon series, really. I mean, there's so much joy in SpongeBob, front to back. How's everyone's weekend starting? Mine's off to a good start. Slept in a little late. Had a nice breakfast. Took the dog out to poop. And here we are. Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome. Starting out with sandy cheeks this morning. And I'm getting towards the end of this depiction, and I'll take a request from the chat next. Okay, let's see. Other details we need. I'm going to avoid filling in with black today. Normally I would fill in her eyes, her mouth, this shadowy area down around her neck. But for today, I'm going to leave things unfilled in because my pens are light on ink. A little smudge there, that's too bad. What are we looking at here today? The 18th, right? I think it is the 18th. Well, hello. Welcome, everybody. Tom and Jerry, RIPX, Naruto. What's RIPX? Is that a cartoon character? RIPX. RIPX being XXX Tentacion. Too complicated. I'm not warmed up enough to do a real person yet this morning. We could do Sonic. That's fair. Any other requests? Rolo, Rick. Let's do Rick Sanchez. I know it's a little bit been done, right? But that's okay. I'm gonna do Happy Rick. How's everyone doing this morning? Why don't you give me a current rating of how you're feeling this morning on a scale of 1 to 5. Tell me how you're doing. Sad Sonic. -2. I'm sorry to hear that. 5. I'm happy for you. Kenda, you got a 0. Sorry. I don't like to hear that. I mean, it's good. I'm glad you're saying it. Nice. 5 with your girlfriend. Like hearing that. You -2s, you zeros of the world. I feel your pain. I'm here with you, Pickle Rick. 1.5. It's very specific. I'm glad you at least have an effective barometer. That means you're paying attention. That's good. Sorry, morning's not going great. Just woke up, so 5. Justin Phillips, 093. Hey, that ain't bad. 5's not bad. We woke up with a sort of a rabbit type of feeling around our house here. Something saying it feels like a new day. It feels like a fresh start. I'm always looking for that reset button in life. The thing that's going to let us go. Let's just start over from scratch. Let's just say, right? How often is Rick actually this happy? Let's just say today is a new day. Any chance I have to say start over today, I try to take it. Sorry if you're having a bad day. I don't wish it for you. I hope something changes. But I don't say, I wish you didn't feel that way, because it's good that you have your feelings. It's good to feel things. It's good to know that you're not feeling good. It's okay to have a bad time, have a hard time. A lot of times, I think traditionally I might have said, well, let's change that mood. And it's like, well, let's acknowledge the mood. Let's respect the mood. Let's respect the feeling. And maybe it'll change in time. Wow. Happy Rick. It seems almost strange to see Rick so happy. Thanks for that follow, J _____ etc. E. Ooh, Roadrunner. That's great. I'll do Roadrunner next. Roadrunner. I remember drawing Roadrunner. I could not draw him for the life of me. I was obsessed with trying to draw Roadrunner, and I could not get it right. I still remember there was a time when I drew the Roadrunner for my uncle. I was staying with my aunt and uncle for a weekend, and my uncle challenged me to draw the Roadrunner. I was probably, 7 years old, and I got it. And my uncle, being the good guy he is, said, you must have done something to copy that. You couldn't have drawn that. It's too good. It looks too real. It looks like you just took it out of a magazine. And I know now he was just, egging me on. But I still think about that. And with such positive encouragement, I still take pride in that. It's like, he thought this could have been from a comic book or a magazine. Like, if I could fake him out with a drawing, I could do anything. So thanks, Uncle Chaz. Something about uncles. I'm an uncle myself. Recently became a godfather. I had a godfather in my own life. My own godfather, from a young age, was giving me massive piles of comic books. He was a comic book collector. I mean, he would send me home with a 2-foot box full of Ren and Stimpy comics, Spawn comics, SpiderMan comics, and he just always encouraged that comic book loving part of me, largely because he was such a comic book guy. And I think a lot about, you think about Uncle Ben, even though he dies early on in the story, he has a real impact on that kid. He helps encourage him. And to me, there's nothing better than someone who's a little older than you, a little bit more experienced, encouraging you. Oh, I said I wasn't going to color anything with black. And I'm taking pride of that role in my life now. That part I can play for when I was teaching, when I could play that for students. Now that I have nieces and nephews, that I can be that for them. Sort of encouraging person who's been around a little bit, who's had hard times, who's struggled and tried and, does better for it. Who are we going to draw next, you guys? Kakashi? I could draw Kakashi for you. Kakashi. I vote you draw something and you sign your name and you put the date on it so that later on when you look back, you go, oh, that's what I did that day. Interesting. Kakashi. Kakashi, if you look up a reference image for Kakashi, it's hard to always see his hair. Okay, let's see if I can get this. All right, look for the biggest continuous line on your character, and that's going to be the bottom of his headband, coming across like so. Give him eyebrows, only just visible. Coming like that. Eyes like that. Little line coming under the eye. Ooh, I think this is going to be a good Kakashi. I had a student who was obsessed with Kakashi. I would just say, we'd start every class with, all right, just draw me a Kakashi. And that's another nice thing in art. You know, it's a place where you're in total control of what you do. I mean, you know, unless you're in a class where it seems like not a great art teacher who has no tolerance for your own interest. To me, I'm like, well, if you're really into Kakashi, if you're really into Sonic the Hedgehog, then let's spend some time working on that, because if you can learn to draw Kakashi and enjoy yourself, then you stand a chance of actually like drawing him a lot. And to me, in art, the best thing you could do is find something that you can get kind of good at and then practice the crap out of it, you know? That's the best possible thing. I've drawn Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, Sonic was probably, he wasn't the first character I learned to draw, but he was the first character I obsessed over drawing. I have drawn Sonic the Hedgehog I've probably drawn like 10,000 Sonic the Hedgehogs in my life. Each one's different. It's not always that the next one's better than the last one. It's definitely not that way, because I drew a bad Sonic the Hedgehog yesterday, I think. But finding something that is fun for you to draw, finding something you can draw again and again, that is a really good trick. Even if it's that simple old, I'll show you. Even if you're just drawing this old thing, you know, this little trick. I love that thing because it makes you work on curves, it makes you work on straight lines, it keeps your logic part of your brain going. Or doing like this guy, you know, obvious, right? But finding those little things that you enjoy doing. One of my favorite ones is this. You do 3 ovals like this. I did a post about this recently on my main page. You do a drawing like that. You come up like so, up like so. All right, and then what am I actually looking for here? I started this out without knowing exactly how I was going to end it. Well, I know that this is going to go here, and that's going to go there. Bring it all the way back. You guys know this one, right? I think this is cool. I actually should have connected across there, but I can fix that by doing this. That's a great one to practice drawing. You work on straight lines, you work on curves, and you get this thing at the end where you're like, wait, what am I looking at? I love that thing. Another great one, I'll come back to Kakashi in 1 second. I'm just showing you some tricks. Another great one I really love is, you know how to do a translucent cube, right? Where you do like a square and a square and a square, or just 2 squares rather, sorry. And then you connect them across, right? Like that. But I really love, it's called the Tesseract, right? Like the Avengers. Instead of just doing the 1 square or the 2 squares, you do an extra set like this. And now we're talking about 4-dimensional shapes. And you connect them all across like this. This to me is one of my all-time favorite things to doodle or draw. Then you have to start thinking a little bit abstractly which ones. Lose the connection because of that stupid low battery sign. I'm going to be very disappointed if my phone just disconnected us because of a low battery issue. Am I back to being charged? There we go. We're still here? Okay, we're still here. Anyway, those are my little sketch tips. Back to Kakashi. Put my sketch sheet over here in case I need to come back to it. Kakashi. Okay, let's see. What do we got next for Kakashi? We need, oops, a little hair on my pen. Dude, this looks like a pretty angry Kakashi. That's okay. I haven't really watched the show too much, but it's my understanding Kakashi may be an emotional character time to time. Get that front plate on his headband. And I'm going to go a little bit above and beyond and do like the full outlined shape on the headband today. I never do this. It's a little bit more tricky, but it's kind of worth the effort, I think. Nice to have you all here. Happy Saturday. Or if it's not a happy Saturday for you, just Saturday. I wish you a Saturday. I hope there's something good on your schedule today. Something fun, uplifting, funny, joyous. And if not, well, I hope you find a way of making your own joy. Let's see. Here we go. Pupils are so hard. It's just practice and practice until you feel comfortable putting the pupils in a place where they feel aligned inside of the eye. Little tiny highlight in there of the eye. Am I missing details here? I've got the bolts on each side. I'm not going to fill in too much dark today. I will kind of draw the shadow outline that I'm seeing on the reference image. Okay, and then coming down like that and back up. I do love those shadows in Kakashi's hair, so I'll try and get a reasonable depiction of them without wearing too much. It's kind of fun sometimes to draw the shadow lines without actually filling them in my humble opinion. Okay, I'm calling that Kakashi. Let's get an autograph and a date on there. I say autograph being cute. I mean signature. Luffy. Yeah, okay, Luffy. I'll do Luffy because I really enjoyed drawing Luffy. And then I would like a female character to draw after that. So pitch me some female characters, please. Luffy's just so fun. Not a bad chin to start for this fella. Hairline over the top. Two little sprigs. I'm gonna have to do everything I can to fight my instinct to color in his hair. It is a very strong instinct I have to fill in black hair when I'm coloring these pictures, but all of my pens are very low on ink right now. I've run the whole collection just about dry, so I'm fighting the instinct to fill in today, just the sake of longevity of the pens, so I can keep the stream going for a minute. It's interesting. Something's going on too lately where these pens are sort of smudging. I think of these as being like the unsmudgeable pens, but lately. Luffy is a character for whom I think you can kind of fill in the pupils first, and that really helps. It's one of those things. Sometimes I do the outside of the eyes first. Sometimes I do the pupils first. And I do the pupils first when I kind of want to make sure that he's going to look in the right place. It's hard to totally nail it. Here comes Justice. Hi, Justice.
Hi. Sorry, my shoes are so clippy clappy.
I like it. It announces your presence in a nice way.
I'm going to go sit outside and make a to-do list.
Oh, nice.
Can I see what you're drawing?
You may see what I'm drawing. You want a quick review of the morning?
Yes, please.
Started with Sandy.
Nice.
Moved on to Happy Rick. You never see him that way.
Yeah.
Did Roadrunner.
Nice. Meet me.
I feel good about that Roadrunner. Kakashi. I feel like I'm doing good work this morning.
Yeah, this looks
I
awesome.
was talking about some basic fun shapes to sketch.
So fun. I used to cover all my notebooks with that S shape.
With that S shape, I know we all did.
I think every single one of my notebooks from age like 8 to
exactly.
16
Yeah, it's like
it's
third grade in a nutshell. This is my wife, everyone. This is Justice.
Does that age us?
Huh?
Does that?
No, I think that's time. I think that's. I don't know if it's well. Saying something doesn't age you might in fact age you. Might make you an oldie. But oh my god! And then my voice got raspy while I said it. Oh brother, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody who's young and hip, tell me if you grew up drawing that shape. One of you youngsters, tell me if you drew that as a kid.
All right, I'm gonna go outside. Do you want me to take the dog there?
Only if you want to take the dog there. He's perfectly fine here at my feet. You guys don't know this, but I got a secret co-conspirator here. Blue's sitting at my feet, listening to everything we're doing, judging us constantly. Not really. He's a fan. Well, he's a fan until he hears the back door open, and then he's gone with the wind. I think maybe his mouth's a little bit high. Yeah, see, these smudges are kind of coming through on the drawings today. Oh, it's going to be so hard. Maybe I'll take an old beater pen and fill in his hair, because somehow Luffy really kind of demands hair to be filled in. You feel me on that? Is that true? It doesn't really look complete to me. I'll take an old pen and do it. Other details missing. I have his scar. I need a little bit of information in the ear. Yeah, I think the mouth is a little bit high. All right, and then grab an old pen just for the heck of it. Just for the... Oh, this pen's in better shape than I thought. No, it's not. I also don't know how much fun it is to actually watch me color in big black areas, but I do think for a finished drawing, if you're ever drawing these at home, following along at home, I do think filling in big dark areas, something I've been doing art my whole life, and something I've only really come to understand is how much contrast is the thing that really draws us into an image. The first thing we really see on like an evolutionary level is the intense dark and light areas of a thing. That's sort of what draws us in. I've done so many pictures where there's like zero contrast. A line drawing fundamentally has very little contrast. It's really just tiny little lines breaking up white space. But having big areas like this can really kind of draw you into the picture. Okay, please go over. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, I don't know what you said. But Robin. Oh, I'll draw Robin. Like teen. Oh wait, but I have to draw. I said a female. Lucy. Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny is tough. Spider Woman. Helga. Yeah, let's do Helga because she's a relatively easy character to draw. And then I'll do a more complicated female character too. Oh, gotta sign the work. Always sign your work. Mostly for the sake of the date. I'm not trying to say you need to sign it for the sake of ego or anything. Just because it's nice to have a record, especially if you're going to be drawing all the time. I promise. Especially if you're a young artist. I look back at old drawings. I'm like, when did I do this? I have no idea when I drew certain things. And it's just a curiosity. It's not like I need to know, but it'd be cool to know some things like, even just like, if I could figure out something was, I might have a sense that I drew something in 1994, but if I knew that it was like in May of 1994, that's actually interesting information, the part of the school year I was in. Why? I don't know. It's just interesting. If you're a person like me, I have stacks and stacks of paper of old drawings that I did, and there's no real way I can kind of piece together a narrative, but there's no real way to be sure when I did any particular thing. Okay, Helga, looking good already. It's nice when you get the sensation of being on a roll with drawings. I don't always get that. And surely, you know, as soon as I say it, I'll do something where I'll feel, oof, I really botched that. But like yesterday, I did a really good first drawing, and then somebody said Darth Vader, and I arrogantly thought to myself, oh, I can draw Darth Vader without a reference image. And then I did what was, to me, honestly, like not a strong Vader. And it's fine, you know. We make mistakes. Try to say that on the channel all the time, that mistakes are an important part of the process. But still, oops, sorry, a little off screen there. Still, sometimes a mistake can really, or a bad bit of work can make it hard to keep going. You feel embarrassed, or you feel like it changes your self-concept for a second. That's why I think the single biggest artistic skill I would wish for anyone is the ability to separate out the creator and the critic in your mind and only use one at a time. I know I said I wouldn't fill in the black, but I'm doing it. Because that critic, it's really important to be able to look at your own work and kind of say what you like and don't like. But the critic very often can really stop you from working. Okay, I know her hair is a little bit going off screen here, but I don't totally want to zoom out right now. So you just have to trust me that the edges of her hair look great. Really incredible. See, I told you, amazing, amazing. Wow, strong Pataki vibes. Poor Helga Pataki, you know? Rough home life, kind of locked into this role as an aggressor when she really wants to be sweet on this really nice guy, you know? It's tough. Feel for Helga. Itachi, Helga, Morty. Can I get a female request? Fill in the black. Which black? Of her eyes? Let's see. XXX Tentacion. Katara. Katara is a pretty good one. Let's look at Katara. Is there oh man, Katara is one of those ones where I feel like I'm going to draw her and do a bad job. Okay, I'll draw Katara because I think because it makes me nervous. I'll lean in. I'll try to model being brave in the face of something you don't totally want to do. Let's see, I found a reference image I like. Okay. Oops, sorry. Bring that back. Bring it back. Sign that work and date it too. Something rhymes with you. Okay. Katara. I have a friend whose puppy is named Katara. I actually knew the dog before I really knew about the character. Oh boy. I think it's going to be okay. All right, this is a character who I will try and draw the pupils for first. Like any good picture, I am starting... I'm like any picture I draw, I'm really trying to place things inside of the geometry of the rest of the face. So I have that outer shape of her face. We'll see if this works. You know, it may not work. But to me, it's all about finding the basic arrangements of shapes in the face. That's the number one skill I think I'm actually using when I draw characters is basic, it's sort of basic geometry, but what I really mean is relational, spatial relationships, I guess, is what I mean. You know, can I get is there the right, are the pupils in the right place? Am I putting the eyebrows in the right relationship between the top of the head and the bottom of the head? Does that make sense? Am I drawing the right volume of hair coming over there? And actually that may have been a place where I did not do the right thing. Looking at her hair, I'm seeing from there, we're going to kind of come down and go like that, right? Does that seem right to you? Hope so. Okay, and then her hair on the back. Can I get this any brighter? I can't really get it any brighter. This is a place where I wouldn't mind being able to fill in, because I think I could kind of hide some things that I perceive as being imperfect aspects of the drawing with darkness, but it's okay. I like this depiction. I've previously tried to do the thing where you clip her hair up to the top, you know, where you bring these sort of braided areas back up to the top of her head, and not had it work out very well. We need a shoulder strap there, coming over like so, a little bit more information, and coming up like that. Katara. What do you think? How'd I do? It's okay? Hairy loops. Hair loopies. Okay. Let's see. Trafalgar Law. Dot Warner. Yeah, good one. Dot Warner. Totally. Okay, here comes Dot Warner. I love that request. I love the Animaniacs. Have the Animaniacs, they must have had a comeback by now, right? Yeah, I think they did a few years back. If we've brought back the Rescue Rangers, we have to have brought back the Animaniacs, right? These guys were like the original meta cartoon, commenting on the nature of their own existence. Those cute eyes turned inward. Man, I just can't help myself, but I have to fill in the black on these big, cute eyes. But I really don't think I can fill in the black on the rest of her. We need a little reflection on her nose. And coming up to the top, probably best to draw the flower first, so I have a reference point for where I'm aiming the rest of her head at. I think I got her. I think I did an okay one here. Proportion on the head there, a little questionable. Angle's a little bit off, potentially. These are the hazards. The hazard and the joy of drawing with a pen. You know, you make that mistake. There's no turning it around. It's okay, though. You draw enough, any individual drawing is just one stop on the road. I think she's okay. I think that's an okay, Dot Warner. Who else would you like to see me draw? And I'll read comments and take a sip of coffee. Juice WRLD, Kim Possible, Itachi, ScoobyDoo. I'll draw ScoobyDoo. I'll do ScoobyDoo because I think ScoobyDoo's kind of a joyful, straightforward, easy character to draw. And then we'll take something more complicated. So give me your pitch on a more complicated character for me to draw after ScoobyDoo, please, and thank you. It's nice to keep it spicy, you know, keep the mix going. Some easy, some hard, some challenges, some comfort, some favorite characters, some characters that I don't even like, but that I want to draw for practice. Okay, and then his eyes. Hi, Blue. Blue's back, everybody. Blue has entered the chat. My silent co-conspirator over here. Sometimes we call Blue Scoobs. Scooby, Scooby, Blue, where are you? Hiding under the table. Blue has a similar degree of anxiety to Scooby-Doo. So happy so often, and also very afraid of a lot of things. Coming up like that. His ears always kind of challenge me. That's not too bad. Okay. That worked out all right. Could it be? Did I draw an errorless Scooby-Doo? That is always the number one way I can set myself up for failure, is to get overconfident too soon. Say, I think I did it perfectly. And then, wah. That's why, again and again, resist judgment, resist critique until you are done working. Do not attempt to do both at the same time. But I feel pretty good about that Scooby-Doo, actually. Okay, I'll grab a crummy old pen just to fill in. I don't know why Scooby's getting the extra treatment today, but I just feel like it's going to pop a little bit more if I fill in the darks. Watch me botch it on the fill-ins. Nah, I think it'll be okay. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Oh God, I can't even quote that anymore without it being from a not great guy. But it's a good quote. Doesn't matter. See ya. It's actually not that good of a quote, to be real. It's a little cheesy. Fill in the edge there. Okay. There is actually, I will jump back in real quick to do like so. And we're really going for the full treatment today on this Scooby-Doo depiction. Can I fit in all the details for Scooby's tag? It's going to be tight, but I think, actually, no, I can. I would like to do, yeah, just about. There we go. Okay, let's call it right there and knock it off before I do any damage to this picture. 6:18:22. Okay, guys, we got about 20 more minutes on this stream. Remember to tap the screen. I've been really off about that lately. I don't tell you enough to tap the screen to let other people know that they should follow the screen and follow the host too. Okay, now I want a complicated character. Patrick, good morning. Hi. Nice to see you. Angelica, Popeyes, Squidward, Ratatouille. Can I do handsome Squidward? I like that, handsome Squidward. You just said Squidward. You didn't say a specific Squidward, so I'm leaning into the Handsome Squidward vibes. Okay, let's go Handsome Squidward. Start with the nostril. And do those dreamy, low-hanging eyebrows. Bring it out a little bit more. Oh, I think we may in fact have a handsome Squidward here. Did I make it up, or is there's like a meme comparing handsome Squidward to the aliens from Prometheus, right? That's a thing. Big, blocky blue dudes. Prometheus. That movie got a lot of hate, but I was there for it. I liked it. I don't think it's good, but I enjoyed it. Cheek is low there. That's okay. Now I'll have to do the other one low too. And oh boy, he's kind of big. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Like so, like so. Going up, going down. Okay. Now, once we come around like so, then I'm going to need to do, well, actually I'll finish the lower jaw first. Oh boy, I just gave him a big old jaw. That's pretty massive. That's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing's perfect. And this is just one of my depictions of handsome Squidward. What happens to him? He gets hit by a door and becomes handsome Squidward? Is that how it works? Okay. Oh boy, that head that's a deep head. Going far back. Give him a little reflection. Make him a shiny, handsome Squidward. Coming off the shoulder there. Shirt going low. Adam's apple. Chest hair visible. Okay, there's handsome Squidward. I feel weird about it now. It's okay. Weird feelings. Can I draw ripped SpongeBob? Jessica Rabbit. Oh yeah, it's a Pigma Micron 10, this pen. They're great. They do run out of energy, or rather, not energy, they run out of ink a little bit quickly, but yeah, I'll draw Kermit for you. Let's draw a Kermit. A Kermit. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog here. Kermit, one of my original loves. I think I loved Kermit before I loved drawing, because I never really tried or had any interest in drawing Kermit when I was a little kid. I don't think I ever tried to really draw Kermit. He's a tough one to get right. Oh, blue cyan down below. Okay. Like so. Like so. His eyes are a little small. I'll admit it. I ain't afraid to admit when I did something less than perfect. I mean, you know, in the scheme of things, it's all less than perfect. But perfect was never the goal. All I ever wanted to do was draw something good. I didn't want to do it perfect. Perfect, they say, is the enemy of the good. And if you've ever heard that, you've probably heard that, right? All it means is don't throw away something that's pretty good just because it's not perfect. That's not to say, oh, look at this pen, just absolutely running out of ink. I should do a stream. No one would actually tune in, but I should do a stream where I just take every single pen I have and draw with it until it's completely depleted. It would be so frustrating for me. Even this is a challenge because I just want the ink to flow. Okay, there's your Kermit. What am I drawing next, guys? Draw SpongeBob. Okay, let's draw SpongeBob. I've seen enough. I've seen enough requests for him. Okay, SpongeBob. I'm going to do SpongeBob exclusively from memory. All right. And apparently I'm drawing him quite large, too. When I started this TikTok channel just about 3 months ago, I could not have drawn SpongeBob from memory at all. I just don't know his shapes. Now, I feel like SpongeBob is right in there with Sonic the Hedgehog in terms of characters that I can draw comfortably and feel really good about drawing from memory. You tell me, though. You tell me if I do okay. His teeth could have been bigger. Okay, there is a SpongeBob face, and then I'll do his sleeve, which always catches me because I forget to draw it. And then I wind up doing his body, but don't have room for his sleeve. I'm still on camera. Great. Oops, look at that. I don't know what that is. That is an imperfection. Today, the theme of today is relax. It's okay to do things imperfectly. Relax, okay? We're gonna be all right. Even if I make a mistake. I'm still all on camera? Great. Anyone have any bright ideas? Anything I can turn that into up there? That little slight imperfection on SpongeBob. Ooh, we're going to be tightly squeezed here on the SquarePants part of the SquarePants Bob. Okay, getting that belt. We're rounding the corner here, guys. We are heading towards the end of the stream. Still got a time for a few more drawings. Actually, a number more. We still got 12 minutes. Who am I kidding? I'm always surprised at how long SpongeBob's legs actually are when I look at a depiction. I think of him as being short, but he's got pretty long legs. Still on camera? Good, good. Any bright ideas coming up in the chat here about how to resolve this little thing? Don't really even have to, but the blue spirit jellyfish. Make it a jellyfish. That's kind of cute. Okay. Wow, 3,400 people. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well. If you're not doing well, I hope something changes, or I hope you just take a deep breath. Stick with it. Things will change. It's one of the great joys of life. Things always change, even things that suck, even things that feel like they're going to be bad forever. I won't tell you too much about it, but I had a rough week in terms of physical pain. I had a really hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Only having my pain subside on Friday. And when you are in pain, whether it's emotional or physical or spiritual or financial, pain just sucks, and it feels like it's never going to go away. And I mean, before I say anything else, I just want to say that that's valid. But things do change, not when you want them to, but eventually. And even things that suck. So I say that only to say, I hope that I know I ask pretty often how people are doing, and I often get responses that people are having a 0 kind of experience, or at best a 1 or a 2 out of 5. And I'm not saying change right now, because that is BS. Be where you're at, but I wish for it to. I wish for things to get better for you, for all of us, for anyone who's having a hard time. And for the people who are having a good time, I hope it stays the same. Let's go. If you're having a fun time, soak it up. And maybe share it with the rest of us a little bit. Like, I always say that too. I'll ask people, how you doing? I'll ask a group of people, give me a score on a scale of 1 to 5. Blue, you are shaking back there. I ask people how they're doing on a scale of 1 to 5. And, inevitably you get some people who are doing 5 and some people who are doing 1. And I always tell the 5s, like, hey, if you're a 5, you could probably give away a point and not even really feel it. So maybe, like, if you're a 5, maybe find a 1, or just think of a 1 and karmically send them one of your points, drop yourself down to a 4, and bring somebody else up to a 2. It's June, right? Yeah. Okay. The nice thing about sharing your happiness is actually doing something nice for somebody else makes you happier. So you might think you're giving away a point. You're not. You're actually just making yourself better off, making the world better. If you're feeling good and you go and work to help somebody else feel good, or do something good for somebody else, you're actually making yourself feel even better. Surprise. What are we drawing next, guys? Luffy, did him already this time. Gary on his head. Yeah, okay. I'm here for that. Gary Snail. Well, actually, I don't have enough paint room on the page, so no Gary on his head. It's too small. SpiderMan. It the Clown. A Ninja Turtle? Yes. Yes to a Ninja Turtle. Ninja Turtles are some of the first characters I remember really drawing. I don't know, I can't even think of when I first heard of the Ninja Turtles. It kind of goes back before my memory. But my mom was an artist. There's a post about this on my TikTok, so sorry if I'm being redundant if you've heard this story before, but my mom's an artist. She was a technical illustrator. She did drawings for instruction manuals and stuff. So they'd be like, here, draw this washing machine, and now draw this panel on the side of the washing machine so that we can tell people how to repair the thing. And so I was really lucky because I could take my mom a comic book and say, how do I draw this? And she would show me. Or I could say, I always remember, I was like, how do I draw Yoshi? But we didn't have any pictures of Yoshi. We just had the game. So she got out a camera and we took a picture of the screen. We did a 1992 version of a screenshot with a literal camera. And then we got the photos developed. And then she broke down how it was depicted, it being Yoshi. And she showed me. And that is a true gift. That's a lot of why I do these Cartoon Academy classes, or why I'm doing these. I can't say I do them like I do them all the time, but why I decided to start doing these Cartoon Academy classes this summer. I think one of the greatest gifts in my life is my mom teaching me to draw. So I would like to give that gift to other people in whatever way I can. There is a Ninja Turtle for you, my friend. Okay. Thank you for those follows. Yeah, let's call him Mikey. I mean, it's a happy turtle, right? It's most likely to be Mikey. If we're being real, I used a happy Raphael as a reference image, but yeah, this is Spider-Man. You clearly never heard of Spider-Man if you don't recognize this character. Let's go for Spider-Man. I'm gonna do what the heck? Okay, it's 22. I'm gonna look up. Spider-Man has so many different depictions. I find it really helpful to look up different versions or to know your different versions. You know, like which Spider-Man are you really drawing when you're drawing Spider-Man? It's worth knowing the artists that you're working from, your reference images. One of my favorite depictions of Spider-Man is the Mark Bagley Spider-Man. So let's try Mark Bagley's Spider-Man. Oops, not quite, but that's all right. How can I resolve that? I should probably not even try to resolve it right out of the gate. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, now kind of useful to just know where those eyes are going to center. Doing the insides of the eyes first. Useful to kind of do a bit of mirroring there. And then the outsides, seeing a little bit of that classic kind of spike up at the corners of the eyes. And then we're going to go up and up. This eye, I think we're going to call the edge of the eye the same as the edge of the head. And similarly over here, but we're going to bring it in like that. One thing I love, I think I get this from Mark Bagley. I think this is where it comes from. So I like to leave a little bit on the top of the eye like that. And then do, depending on how much space you have, you can just do a notch or two. And it makes it feel like there's kind of light reflecting off of his upper eye. And the depiction I'm looking at doesn't have this, but I also like to do that on the bottom. So it feels like there's kind of light shining across his face. You can kind of pick where that's going to come through, like so. Okay, then we have a good solid start on Spidey here. Okay, and fundamentally, I know that there's going to be one line that goes straight up his forehead, and then the lines down here. It's really interesting, the different depictions. This Mark Bagley has 4 lines coming out between the eyes of this Spider-Man. I'm just going to go for 2. But now, because I've done these 2 in this way, I kind of know the distance that the other webs are going to be apart. It's kind of a way that I can place how the rest of the lines are going to fall out. The depiction I'm looking at is actually using all straight lines for the webs, but I'm choosing to do it my own way. Off-roading a little bit, as it were. I think that little spot in the middle of Spider-Man's face is one of the most... it's just hard to know exactly how to get it right. And I use this once I've made my first web line. I kind of know how far away the rest of them are going to have to be. I can always go back. I sort of figure that at the center of his head, they're going to be closer together. And as you get further out, you're going to wind up with further and further webs from each other. And then sometimes just having the webs pop a little bit out past the eyes kind of feels right to me. That way you know they're there, but you're not messing around with the edge of his head. Like so. Okay, I feel all right about it. In terms of, I'll try and use the reference image I have to just give a sense of his body. It's fun to draw just a Spider-Man head, but it's really cool if you can start to get a sense of just a little bit more than only his head, I think. Have those webs continuing out. Kind of fun to let them hit a dividing line and spread. Like what I mean is, like it hits that collarbone there, and you jump it over a little bit. Kind of gives it a sense of being continuous. Do little web lines continuing up the neck, around like that, coming up like this, and around, over and back, coming down like so. Not perfect. Nothing's perfect. It's okay, it's better that way. Okay, and I'm calling that Spidey. Let's do one more easy softball character, and then I'm going to go 22, 18, and we're just going to go like that. Talk about imperfect. Venom. Yeah, that's the Fortnite guy, right? You know the Fortnite guy. Wall-E, Venom, Sonic, Lisa. Yep, Lisa Simpson it is. Okay. Here comes Lisa Simpson for the final character of the stream. I hope you all have enjoyed yourselves. I've enjoyed myself. I appreciate you all being here, and I wish you a happy Saturday from the bottom of my heart. I hope you do something fun for yourself. I hope you go outside, get a little bit of sunlight if you can, drink some water, be nice to somebody, be nice to yourself, do something frivolous, something that doesn't serve any purpose, play a video game, go on a walk, talk to a dog. Something you want to do just because you want to do it. That's what I recommend. Don't just do stuff because you're supposed to do it. Do that stuff too, but don't only do that stuff. That's a recipe for madness. Oops. Off to a rough start with her hair there. Oh, dug myself in deeper. That's what happens. It's okay. Not so bad. Not my greatest Lisa Simpson, but not my worst Lisa Simpson either. All right, folks. I hope you have a happy, happy Saturday ahead of you, and I will see you in the next stream. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes, and I'll see you again real soon. All right. Bye.